Thank you for tuning in on tonight. I welcome you to Loosen the Cords That Bind. Let's talk about it. My name is Dr. Eleanor Thompson. I am the CEO of Loosen the Cords That Bind, LLC, a for-profit business. I thank you again for joining me on tonight, for taking time out of your busy schedule. Um, I would like to first to honor God just for being here on tonight, just for allowing me to see another day in the land of the living. And I thank God for this, for the opportunity also to, for this platform that God has allotted me in this time. I also thank God and for Pastor Frampton Paul and his lovely wife, Michelle Paul, and for their radio station, TruelifeRadio.net. I thank God for True Life Radio tonight. And I ask you, as Elizabeth, when you get time, to really to tune in to True Life Radio on other occasions, because they have great shows and of empowerment. And I'm pretty sure you will be blessed on when you do listen. Again, on tonight, I thank God for this platform. Now, I would like for you to please like, click, and share this particular session with others. You may not it may not be a benefit to you at this time, but I'm pretty sure someone will benefit from it. Again, I am the host on tonight. I am with you every second and fourth Tuesdays of every month. Again, until the Lord says the same, I'm here every second and fourth Tuesdays of each month. So again, I just want to reiterate that. And now let's get going. Let's go. Tonight I will be talking about love and abuse. Although I know tonight I'm going to deviate from what I was conversating about in our previous session, which was emotional anger. We will continue that on another date. But right now, we're going to talk about love and abuse. I'm going to put this disclaimer out there. Although this is a platform, again, that deals with variations of abuse, and it's not predicated on just those who have been abused or in abusive relationships. Now, it also deals with people as whole, like couples as whole. The couple married or whatever, shacking, whatever you're doing, it still deals with two people, and it still deals with relationships. Okay? So that's, I would say those who are in relationships are in abusive relationships as well. Okay. So now, being that February is recognized as the month of love, quote unquote, and it's celebrated on February the 14th, I think it's kind of, necessary for me to go this way tonight. Even though it's commercialized and all other things that it's about, with the balloons and the candy and all the love things and all that, people may do. But we're going to talk about love and abuse. Are you in a relationship? This is the question that I'm putting out to you right now. Are you in a relationship that you love someone, but you are confused by some of their behaviors or how they treat you? Well, if you are, I think that you need to fill your role and don't rush into things so easily, so fast, because it'll be there. If it's for you, it will be there. Sometimes we give our all in a relationship and there's nothing in return. Or, and sometimes it's not, and the right motives are not there. Sometimes motives are not pure. So, and if you feel and you find yourself in a relationship that you're confused about, then if the love is not confusing, if love is love, you will feel love, not by somebody, and that's not by telling, that's just not by word. It's by deed is word and deed as well. But you can feel the love when somebody tells you. When somebody just snowballing you, just saying that, I love you. That's, love is more than just some words. As I was looking at it in the one of the dictionaries or whatever, it said love encompasses a range of strong and positive emotions, not negative emotions. Emotional, it says, and mental state, from the most sublime virtue or good habit, the deepest interpersonal affection, to the simplest pleasure. Love refers to a feeling of strong attraction and emotional attachment. So that is not infatuation. You're dreaming about something, or you infatuated with somebody. You just dream about them all the time and things of that nature, or what could be happening as you are like daydreaming or whatever you're doing with them. It's not an infatuation. It's a real thing. Love is real, but it's only you have to know what love is and what you expect. How you expect to be loved is how you will be loved. How you expect to be treated, that's and how you allow people to treat you. So if you want that risky love, where you got to be sneaking around and carrying on, then what good is it? Okay. And I'm gonna bring to you. There's a song. It's a worldly song, but we wasn't saved all our lives, and we wasn't definitely born saved out of our mother's womb. I'm pretty sure that you've heard of a song by Tina Turner saying, "What love have to do with it?" And I'm saying that tonight because this song is about a woman who enjoys the carnal or physical encounters with her lover, but feels no emotional attachment. She's detached emotionally, meaning that all she wants is this one thing. It's a carnal thing. The carnal is fleshly, right? She wants him to know that there's nothing more to it. As for her, it's purely physical, and she refers to, as you I'm pretty sure most of you know the song. She refers to love as a second-hand emotion, and encourages to listen to this. She encourages the listener to discard the idea of love, right? Discrediting it as a second-hand emotion, all right? And she encourages one to have an open mind to just enjoying a man without prejudice. And that could be very dangerous at the same time. But some people do it. Because some people just like to live, they love to live on the edge. Okay? But in love, there's attachment. When you're in love, there's attachment that are formed. You can't, some people can just do what they do and just get out of a relationship because they're only going in it for one thing, and that's once they get what they want out of it, once they get the honey, they're done, they're finished, So people go into relationships for other things, and they go in and saying that it's love, but then it's not really love. All right. So now we're going to move on from Tina. Okay. In my session before, I've been dealing with emotional abuse, which deals with a lot of emotions rather than physical in nature. Emotional abuse can take on many forms, like I stated previously, in other sessions. And an emotional abuser in a relationship, for instance, gaslighting. This is where this is an extremely effective form of emotional abuse. This causes the victim to second guess themselves, to question their own feelings, to question their instincts, and even their sanity, which gives the abusive partner the power. And we know that abuse is all about power and control, right? Even though there are different forms of it. And even quite often, family members and friends will not see, not unless they really are professionals or they have discernment to see that the abuse or the manipulation you're experiencing is really real. And otherwise, they will call you crazy for even mentioning it, because it's like, she's just whatever the case would be. Because why? They can't see it, because emotional abuse is very subtle, and it's very broad. But know that the longer a person stay in an emotionally abusive relationship, the crazier they will feel. Okay, and in an abusive relationship, both victims claim that they love each other, that that they are loved by their partner. So the man and the woman say they are loved by their partner, so they feel love. Okay. However, people who have never been in those kind of relationships, they are confused, and rightly so, because how can abusers can claim to love their victims while treating them so horribly, so terribly? Why you about to beat the socks off of somebody? They have black in the eyes or broken bones or whatever. That's love. If that's love, I won't have anything to do with that, because what I thought was love, at a point, then really, when you really look at it, how can it be? Where's the love? Okay, and in turn, the victims, even after they get finished, treated really badly, they still turn and say, they still proclaim their love for each other. And that's one of the reasons why, and their abusive partners as a reason for staying, because I can't go because I still love him. It's easier said than done, and you have to be in that relationship. You're not blackballing you for loving someone that somebody's abusing you. But I've learned at the end of the day, and God had, like I said, the Lord had to free me, because God only knows. He had to free me. He had to come down and take him. And that's how I got my freedom. Because I probably still been around, looking and wondering where he's at. Is he going to try to kill me or whatever else, because he was crazy? Okay, in the Bible, we see that in 1 Corinthians 13:1, it says, it tells us that love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, neither it boasts, nor is it proud. I am paraphrasing it. Nor is it rude. It is not self-seeking or easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. So that's the kind of love that we all need, because I'm like, okay, let me bring up the record of what you did to me, because I'm holding this record. I got a list, a bucket list of all the things that you've done, or what the things that you said. See, but love, real love, don't hold no. They don't hold records. Lord, help me. Bless all y'all tonight who can do that. Give me, Lord, I need some deliverance. Okay, not like before, but there's still something there. Yeah, right there. And I'm mature enough to say that. Now, if love are all these things, that means that love is not curt, nor an indication of rejection or lack of interest, nor arrogant or snooty in any way, nor is it mean or violent either. So where's the love in abuse? Can you find it? Let me just unpack a little here. For the abusive partner, what feels like love is a complete, unconditional, full, genuine, unrestricted acceptance. And for the abused partner, what feels like love is special treatment, being the sole and intense focus of another's attention, warmth, and desire. So therefore, as it says, they feel like this is love. This is how they feel. Let's say that people in general come into, when you come into a relationship or intimate relationship, both of you are supposed to be seeking love, or more of what to make them, what to them that feels like love. And like basically is what I'm saying is that the abuse, the two people, the partners, they're seeking love, what to them that look like love, feel like love, not saying that it's love. But if it feels like love, then it's love. That's to them. But that's what I'm saying in the beginning. You got to know. You have to know what you want. You have to know what you want and how you want to be loved, and what you think love, or how you feel love is, or what it is about, so that you can know that somebody can't treat you any kind of way. They can't dog you around and say, "Oh, I did that because I love you." So So we have to put ourselves in these positions to know, because people will definitely walk all over you, or take you for granted. Understand this. Something can feel like love, but not necessarily be love. Oh, this feels so right. Oh, I'm in his arms. Oh, my God. I mean, I feel like I need to be right up in here right now. Doesn't have to be love. Because how many of you are in your younger days, I would say, maybe now, you know, you have a special thing for somebody, and you found that at the end of the day, when once they did what they got, what they had to get, they didn't feel the same way that you felt. That the love that they felt for you wasn't the love that same love that you felt for them was totally different, contradicting, distinction, really, crazy. Okay, like I said, they can feel love but not be in love. This is a crucial distinction between the abusive partner, especially, and the abused partner. However, they can bring each other to that relationship, a behavior that makes one feel loved, and each partner has a history. Like if you've been in like you have a family, a loving family, and things like that, and nothing ever happened to you, or whatever the case would be, you should be all right. You should be good. You had some example of love, real love. But those who have been abused, and first of all, abuse in their families, maybe from incest or different other things, you may have a totally different thing of love. You may have the right partner, but because you have some questions, in the back of your mind, I don't know, I'm not sure about this, so there's some apprehensions about it. But that's why we can't just rush into things. We have to know that we know, because in these days and time, you can't play, because you'll be involved, married to the devil for sure. Okay. Again, everybody have a history, so that's why before we get into any kind of relationship, we need to take some data and know these things, because these days people try to iron out their problems and solve everything between the sheets. But the sheets don't have all the answers, because after you get up the sheets, you still have to live. You still have to, deal with issues. And tonight, the sheets don't solve every issue. Okay, so good to get up and put on your clothes and deal with some issues. Okay, because if you're building a relationship built on sex alone, then you're going to be in a problem. Because what happens if one person is unable to perform? Will that love still be there? Will it still be there? Will you still be passionately in love if somebody can't perform, or your mate can't perform, your wife can't perform, or your husband? Where's the love? That's love. Regardless of, I'm still in love with you. I'm going to stick with you regardless of, because I love you, no matter what. But they was like, you must be crazy. No, I'm not. So they start out good, things are good, and they're happy, however, and critical and mutual needs are being met. Okay, these two people got together, their needs are being met. They're great. You can say this one is a winner. Oh, my goodness. Man, I just don't know. I mean, wow, knocked my socks off. Where have you been all my life? Now what happens now is the abusive partner turns on the charm even the more to gain acceptance. Lavishing with the attention, the warmth and desire, and also during this period it's called the courtship. People don't court. They don't look like they do any courting anymore. They just go straight to the situation there. They just they just leave out some things. Okay, all of loving and attention. The abuse gets the lady. She's being soaked up with all this love and attention. So she soon forgets. She's soon to be who is soon to be the abuser, the abused partner. like she's like feeling like love. She's feeling like love now because she's getting all this attention. Oh my goodness, the warmth, the lavishing, everything like this. Even the red flags now still are going off. She doesn't see them, okay, because of the fact of the matter, because she's so engulfed in the feeling of just to get just getting everything, all the attention, okay, the special treatment, I would say. So she's completely blind, okay. But two things will happen to make this thing shift. Two major shifts take place like this. The special treatment diminishes after a while. Why? Because it is necessary. Because it's temporary, and unsustainable. That means it's not going to last a long time. So how long can he, bring on the charm before he shows his real color? And that's what a lot of people do. Some people can pretend so to the point that you almost believe them. Then they do one thing, you're like, oh no, I see you, spirit. I know, I recognize you. So I mean, that's why we as women of God and men of God, we need to be very discernful of who we even lay eyes on and think that, don't let your flesh just jump and say, yeah, no. Tell flesh, sit down, be still, and go take a shower somewhere, or go under the, ask for the Holy Ghost extinguisher, as one person said before. Go spray yourself, because you need to just wait for a while. And what we need to do is watch and pray. Don't be so eager to have somebody. And because this day is fastly approaching, it even so, the more people get, and it's only human that you feel some kind of way sometimes. You feel lonely, of course. You don't have anyone. You see people holding hands. Now you don't really do that because of the pandemic. You don't see all of that, But, people go out to dinner and things of that nature, have the love night and all this carrying on like this. Don't sell yourself short. Don't compromise what you have for a box of chocolates, okay? Or some roses. Keep yourself. You can wait. Hold out. You're worth more than that. You're worth more than a box of chocolates, okay? And even the fruit that they bring, or whatever that fruit they bring, whatever that is, the edible fruits or whatever, you're worth more than that. The next shift would say also because the doubt tortures the abuser's mind. Why? Because the abuser needs to know that the love that the love isn't contingent on the things, that the special treatment that he gives. Okay, so again, here is this thing it becomes, after a while it becomes a cycle. Is this relationship is toxic, and if you find yourself in a toxic relationship of any kind, if you're unsure and there's always drama, then you need to let that thing go, or you need to just step out of it a while and look and see, really ask God for direction and instruction in what you need to do next. Okay, and like I said before, don't be so eager, so thirsty. Okay, so again, the abuse begins as the abuser starts demanding proof of acceptance, right? So in his mind, he's saying, will you still love me if I ignore you? Will you still love me if I insulted you? Will you still love me if I accused you? I got accused so many times for what? Who? Sometimes I wish I was doing what he said I was doing, so at least I can get some satisfaction knowing that, well, okay, you're not accusing me for in nothing. Okay? Will you still love me if I hit you? Will you still love me if I use your vulnerability against you? And the last one, will you still love me if I hurt you in ways that you never imagined? All this is going through his mind. He's acting this out. He's not saying it consciously. Now, you would think that the partner that is being abused, they would, that's getting the special treatment that they crave, like the apologies, the love notes and the flowers, the dinners, the gifts, all these things, the promises, the makeup sex, because becomes intimately linked to the instance of hurt. What happened now is that the abuse partner begins trading acceptance of abuse instead of the acceptance of his or her partner for the special treatment, and they ask only one question: will that special treatment return if I tolerate and forgive him or her? Here down the cycle again. At first, the abuse partner, doesn't receive the onset of a cycle, but again, the effort to make the relationship work out, because the craving of the special treatment for that him or her, they like love because it feels like love to them. Again, they're only going by feelings. And if you don't know that a dime is a dime, then you have a problem. If you don't know the difference between what I said, macaroni and lasagna, you have a problem. You have to know the difference between feeling like you're in love or being in love, feeling like you are loved or you are in love again. Okay? Sometimes the abused partner, the woman, more like most of the time, the woman decides that the little suffering is worth it. And because this is the only person who gives them that loving feeling that they think they need to have. Okay? In particular relationships, as the abuser needs for acceptance escalates, so does the intensity of the abuse. So sometimes what you have to do is what I said. No matter how hard the abuser tries, no matter how hard that the abuser partner tries, the abused partner tries, the abuser always manages to find fault. Where is the love in that? I remember my husband, I think I got kicked out that time. Was a good day. I did the laundry. I went to get fish. Then the house was clean. He came home. The house, was clean and everything like that. And he still found fault in it. Even I was like, and I was mad because I had to leave all that good food that night. Because I think I got smacked as well at the same time. But the matter of fact, sometimes these abusers are called terrorists. They're terrorists. It is the failure to achieve perfection that brings on the triggers that amps up the abuse. You could he probably said, well, I want you to iron a shirt, and it's just one little wrinkle up there. That's a trigger. Bam, there you go. If you're a male getting abused, wife, girlfriend tell you to bring the milk, and you didn't bring the milk. You getting the pow too. Sometimes it's the tolerating of the abuse that sustains the cycle. You hear me? Sometimes it's the tolerating of the abuse that sustains the cycle. Meaning that as long as you tolerate the abuse, the cycle will continue. Sometimes we have to get sick and tired of getting hit, fed on, slapped, whatever, or threatened, and say, no, enough is enough, and I gotta go. There has to be a way out, and there is a way out. No one is deserve to be abused for any reason whatsoever. I feel if they can't love you, then leave you. That's all to it. You should not have to be anybody's punching bag. Not at all. Not at all. Love without boundaries is not love at all. It is an obsession where the end of getting one's unhealthy needs are met there. Justifies the meaning of destroying another person. That's why we have to have boundaries in our relationships. There has to be boundaries in our relationships. Because if not, anything goes. What's the purpose of having anything? Anything goes. They can do what they want to do, right? Right. So I'm saying to you again tonight, if There is don't be somebody's downtime, spare time, part time, or sometime. If they can't be there all the time, then they're not even worth your time. Okay? Sometimes the more chances that you give, the more respect you lose. Because sometimes, most of the time, they're looking for you. Oh, I can do what I want to do and come back because she's going to accept me. He's going to accept me. No, you got to prove that person wrong. Your standards begin to be ignored when you let people get comfortable in knowing that another chance will always exist. Don't become a slave to apologies. So after a while, apologies not going to work if you continue to do the same thing over and over again. No, no, thank you. I'm not accepting that. Not at all. Okay? And a real man can stand seeing his woman hurt. He's careful. He can't stand seeing his woman hurt because he's careful with his decisions and his actions. And I would say a woman as well. So he will never ask to be responsible for his or her hurt. Okay, for their pain. You don't hurt something that you love. What you do with it, you take care of it. You nourish it. That's what you do with it. Okay? So on tonight, I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you. I know my time is up. However, I want you. I'm just putting this out there. On the 27th of March, I will be launching my domestic violence support group, which is called Different Shades of Violence. Okay, it will be a virtual meeting, and I know that these things are sensitive, so don't fear because once we get settled, there's going to be there's a private thing going on. So those who want to join and say they don't want their IDs disclosed or whatever, that's fine and great because you will get that opportunity, and you will. This is a safe place. I'm not going to put you in kind of danger or anything whatsoever that may be. So check out the page, my Facebook page again, and see, because you have to. I need you to register, or the information is on the flyer on my page. So I will get more into depth in that on another. Maybe in the next session, I'll explain a little bit more. But on tonight, I thank you for listening. I thank you for tuning in. God bless you and have an awesome evening. And remember, don't compromise in this season just for candy or some flowers. Have a good night. God bless you.